I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. It is what it is. Sometimes, hey, when people it ain't about me training or anything like that. People get money, man. Things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. If sometimes when people get money.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. has finally spoken out about the storm surrounding his son, and his words carry a heavy tone of disappointment. Despite previously cautioning him about excessive spending, the elder Mayweather now admits there's a real chance his son may have exaggerated claims about a massive $400 million real estate move. He openly stated that he hasn't seen proof of any such purchase and can't confirm whether it's real, hinting that the story could be misleading.
Me and him. Then we had an argument on what was the name of it? HBO. HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, man, what is all this about? I'm just saying, and we never had no argument. All of a sudden,
he didn't stop there. According to him, rumors like these aren't new. They've followed Floyd Jr. for years and have been a constant source of tension between them. In fact, their relationship has grown so distant that they haven't even seen each other in months, largely due to disagreements over lifestyle choices. And now, with Floyd reportedly out of the country, there's little anyone can do to address the situation directly.
Let me do you this. You wanna play games? Come on. I don't play games. I get right to it. Come on. Now turn over. See that like that. You're chill. Turn over. Come on. Turn over. Stay over. Come on. Put your hand on me.
Mayweather Sr. went even further, revealing that this pattern didn't just start recently. It goes all the way back to his son's early boxing days. He described a habit of living beyond his means, taking on debts, and maintaining an expensive image even before real money started flowing in. Once Floyd Jr. became financially independent, he distanced himself from his father and aligned more closely with his uncle, Roger Mayweather. That shift created a lasting rift between them.
The first thing my dad taught me, the first day I went in the gym, the less you get hit, the longer you last. So I took that all throughout life. And it panned out.
While he admits he doesn't know exactly where his son is right now, Mayweather Sr. made it clear how he feels about the ongoing cycle of reckless spending, mounting debts, and alleged questionable dealings. He even suggested that speaking out about finances in the past cost him his place in his son's corner. Still, he couldn't hold back his frustration, saying it's painful to see someone who earned so much now surrounded by uncertainty. He questioned where all that wealth has gone, calling the situation deeply disappointing.
Pushing each other to be great instead of arguing on social media. That's just my opinion. And push each other in a positive way. And, I found myself in the past, the younger Floyd Mayweather, going back and forth on the internet with different people. But I'm in a better place in my life right now. I couldn't ask to be in a better place. So the old Floyd Mayweather, when I used to go back and forth with people on social.
At the center of his concerns is Floyd Jr.'s bold announcement about acquiring a massive portfolio of 62 apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. In a confident social media post, Floyd claimed full ownership, no partners, no investors, presenting it as a powerful move and encouraging others to follow his path. The message was clear. He was leveling up in a major way.
I feel like as you get older, you have to look at things in a different way. My son this year is 26 years old. So in 4 years, my son will be 30. Then my daughter will be 29 in the 4 years. So I have, grandchildren. So the same thing I was doing 10 years ago, I can't be doing now. Even 5 years ago, I can't be doing now. It's all about growth, and I'm growing every day.
Yeah, man.
However, those claims quickly came under scrutiny. Reports indicated that his company, Veda Properties, supposedly paid $42 million for the deal, yet official New York City property records showed no evidence of any ownership transfer even weeks later. Experts pointed out that transactions of this scale are typically recorded almost immediately. Meanwhile, the NYC Housing Partnership, which is tied to many of these buildings, confirmed they had received no notice of any sale or ownership change.
Properties.com.
Yeah.
We already talked about Mayweather Fitness. People, I got a team talking to me in different places.
Hey, I understand, man. It's a business. Go on.
I touch everywhere. So
Conduct your business, brother.
and if you're an adult,
Yeah.
you come to Vegas, come see me at my gentleman's club. And if you like to skate, when you come to Vegas, come check us out at Skate Rock City.
All right. I appreciate it, Floyd. Thank you so much.
Further details painted a different picture. Sources involved in the deal suggested Floyd may have only secured a small minority stake, with options to expand his ownership later, not the full takeover he publicly described. While representatives from the primary property management company stated he had met his obligations so far, they stopped short of confirming any complete acquisition. Key figures connected to the remaining properties declined to comment entirely, adding more uncertainty.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money.
The situation became even murkier during follow-up inquiries. A representative linked to Mayweather's real estate ventures insisted the deal was legitimate but refused to provide specifics. Interestingly, the voice on the call didn't match known recordings of the person he claimed to be, raising eyebrows. The explanation given was that Floyd was drawn to these properties because of their connection to affordable housing, aligning with his personal background.
I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars, told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren.
According to that account, the appeal was both emotional and financial, an opportunity to give back while still making money. The idea reportedly resonated with Floyd, pushing him to pursue full ownership of the portfolio. However, attempts to verify these claims were unsuccessful, with no response from key individuals or legal representatives. This isn't the first time Floyd has promoted major real estate ambitions, often tied to connections he built years ago with influential figures in New York's property scene.
In 36 months, with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month.
What investment is that?
In real estate. I'm heavy in real estate. Even though I got a lot of cash, OPM. You don't always have to use your money. That's why it's very important for y'all to make sure y'all keep y'all credit.
In fact, Floyd has previously spoken about stepping into commercial real estate during his boxing career. He claimed that with guidance from advisors and associates, he turned an initial $5 million investment into steady monthly returns. He even suggested involvement in major developments like the One Vanderbilt skyscraper, though some of those statements were later questioned for accuracy. All of this adds another layer to the ongoing debate. Is Floyd Mayweather building a real empire or simply maintaining the image of one?
So, Floyd, man, like, you got everything, you got the skyscrapers, you got the cars, you got the houses, you got, what's next?
What I'm working on now, I don't really want for nothing.
The individual who identified himself as James McNair shared additional details, claiming that Mayweather had poured around $88 million into nearly 20 different loans arranged by SL Green, all connected to commercial real estate across the city. These were structured as mezzanine loans, a higher risk, higher interest form of financing often used in large property deals. According to him, it was a profitable setup designed to generate returns for Floyd, while also giving SL Green a branding boost by linking their projects to his globul name.
That if you get added to the game, you're going to be at the highest DLC.
It's possible. It's possible. I just need everybody to sit back, buckle your seatbelt, because I may be on the next game.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Everything takes time.
Yes, sir.
We communicate, and everything takes time.
All right. Well, man, I appreciate your time, man. Absolutely. And so again, And I'm going to make sure.
When approached for clarification, an SL Green spokesperson declined to comment on any specific investors. Stepping back for a moment, it's worth noting how rare it is for athletes to leave a lasting legacy beyond their sport. Names like Floyd Mayweather and Michael Jordan often come up in that conversation, icons at the very top of their respective games. Yet, while both are widely celebrated, Mayweather's career has also drawn criticism, with some accusing him of carefully selecting opponents throughout his run.
What have you learned from your son, being that he's taught you so much? You've taught him so much, excuse me. Yes, what have you learned from Floyd? What have you learned from Floyd? Junior, excuse me.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. We had, at one time, we was coming up, we have never had argument.
That tension even extended into his own family. Mayweather Sr. once revisited a particular fight he believed his son didn't truly win, suggesting the judges may have favored him unfairly. It was a surprising stance, especially coming from his own father. Floyd's career boasts an undefeated 50-0 record, including victories over top fighters like Diego Corrales and Miguel Cotto. But according to his father, there's one bout that should have gone the other way, something that only deepened the already strained relationship between them.
What do you think about Oscar? What do you remember about training?
But Oscar was the one guy that was. Oscar was the one guy that
Yeah, it was like the.
He had his pain.
would do everything.
Back in 2007, Mayweather was at his absolute peak, undefeated and seemingly unstoppable. That year, he faced Oscar De La Hoya in what became one of the most talked about fights in boxing history. De La Hoya's relentless pressure clashed with Floyd's defensive brilliance and counterpunching precision, creating a matchup that captivated fans worldwide. The bout shattered pay-per-view records, drawing over 2.4 million viewers and surpassing previous benchmarks set by earlier mega fights. When it ended, the judges awarded Mayweather a split decision victory, pushing his record to 38-0 at the time.
Tell him to do. He wasn't no mouthy guy. You know, he would do what I tell him to do. He wasn't no mouthy guy or anything like that. We never had that kind of problem.
During the broadcast, Mayweather Sr. offered his perspective, and it shocked many. He openly admitted he believed De La Hoya had done enough to win based on activity and punch volume. He explained that while Floyd's defense was exceptional, blocking and slipping shots, scoring often comes down to who is landing more frequently. In his eyes, that edge belonged to De La Hoya. He even went as far as saying he personally scored the fight against his own son, a rare and controversial admission that likely didn't help their already fragile bond.
All I can tell you is Oscar been a good guy, and Oscar got ready to do a lot of the stuff with people. And
What are you trying to get a picture?
What made the situation even more complex was the fact that Mayweather Sr. had been training De La Hoya in the years leading up to that fight and would have been in his corner if not for disagreements over payment. So, from his perspective, the outcome may have looked very different. Still, despite those opinions, Floyd officially retired undefeated at 50-0, cementing his place among the sport's all-time greats. Yet, even after revisiting that moment, Mayweather Sr. shifted focus back to recent controversies, hinting again at ongoing financial concerns.
all I can tell you is Oscar been a good guy, and Oscar got ready to do a lot of the stuff with people. And
What are you trying to get a picture?
Those concerns seem to echo in other stories as well. Influencer boxer Deji once revealed that after sharing the ring with Mayweather in a 2022 exhibition match in Dubai, he experienced delays in receiving payment from parties involved in the event. While he expressed gratitude for the opportunity itself, he admitted there were still financial issues that needed resolving. Around the same time, a well-known blockchain investigator raised alarms again, accusing Mayweather of promoting questionable cryptocurrency projects to his massive audience.
Dubai, pick up a couple dollars. You know, they upset. See, they upset because I'm able to milk the game. I'm smart, kept all my faculties, made a lot of smart investments. So, you know, when great
Screenshots surfaced showing Mayweather endorsing a digital token tied to an account that had connections to previous controversial crypto launches. That account was later suspended, raising even more suspicion. In another instance, Mayweather promoted a token called Money Floyd, though those posts were eventually deleted. Critics in the crypto community reacted strongly, with some questioning whether certain celebrity net worth claims are as solid as they appear, while others struggled to understand why someone so wealthy would risk involvement in such ventures.
people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart and Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top.
The backlash didn't stop there. Some users openly questioned whether Mayweather would ever face consequences for these repeated allegations, arguing that he seemed to avoid accountability each time. This wasn't the first occasion the same investigator had linked him to problematic projects, previously listing multiple failed or suspicious crypto ventures tied to his promotions. These types of schemes, often referred to as rug pulls, involve developers collecting funds before disappearing, leaving investors with losses.
I was able to leave boxing on my own terms and keep all my faculties, kept a lot of my money. So they're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40 and 50 and 60 million outside the ring. You can't get mad. Yo, listen, this is what God wanted.
Another analyst added that Mayweather has been associated with several questionable crypto endorsements over the years, including earlier tokens and NFT projects. One of the more recent coins he promoted reportedly lost most of its value shortly after launch. On top of that, Mayweather Sr. claimed his son has been pushing for more exhibition fights, potentially as a way to generate quick income. He even suggested that certain matchups were chosen strategically, including a bout with John Gotti III instead of Victor Ortiz, due to unresolved financial matters that limited travel options.
So, Floyd, man, like, you got everything, got the skyscrapers, you got the cars, you got the houses, you got, what's next?
What I'm working on now, I don't really want for nothing. I don't really want for nothing. I mean, it's crazy that, when people say, oh, when you post something, you see.
As a result, planned events in places like Mexico were reportedly scrapped. Despite earning extraordinary amounts during a career that spanned over 2 decades, questions about Floyd's financial decisions have lingered for years. Even before his blockbuster fight with Conor McGregor, critics hinted at possible tax complications. Now, with his boxing days behind him, the conversation around his wealth has become louder, with some insiders and promoters openly wondering just how strong his financial position really is. And that's where we'll leave it for today. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay locked in for more updates from the world of boxing.